What's going on, guys? At Logic Gaming. It's Batman. It's the Batman chasm. It's not really Batman, it's actually Sarcasm, guys. I know I fooled you. You're like, oh, it's actually the Batman. He hacked Sarcasm. He's pretending to be Sarcasm. It's the Batchasm. But no, it's actually just Sarcasm. Anyway, guys, have for you guys today. How many times did I just say guys? Can make like a whole song out of that. Anyway, this is a 155 kill gameplay, playing some ground war domination on the map Plaza. People get so offended if I say Plaza as opposed to Plaza. They're like, oh no, it's not Plaza, it's Plaza. Like, I understand, but is it that huge of a deal that you feel the need to slit somebody's throat? Because like sometimes I see in the comments, wow, you said it so bad, I just want to slit somebody's throat. Whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, just don't slit anybody's throat. I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. Damn, rap chasm goes in. Just kidding. I'm a terrible rapper. Whenever I say I'm a good rapper, it's 100% I was about to say sarcastic. Quick note. My phone actually sometimes corrects sarcasm to sarcasm, which I think is pretty weird. But anyway, guys, on subject, my name is Sarcasm, in case you guys don't know, aka Batchasm, aka Rapchasm, aka Swagchasm. I don't really have swag because swag is not cool. But 155 kill gameplay on the map Plaza is pretty cool, in my opinion. Using the standard kill streak setup of Orbital VSAT, Dogs, and Swarm. You got the 1-2 punch with the Dogs and the VSAT, and I love it on this map. I've started calling them in separately on some maps in some situations, but I found that on Plaza you really want to call them in at the same time because you have the indoor and outdoor. It's like kind of a mix, and you know, the Swarm could get on top of the roofs, it could get outside, and the Dogs really goes in you know, the inner places, goes indoors and does really well against those enemies. So it's the 1-2 punch. So in this situation, I like calling them in at the same time, but on some maps, you know, some scenarios I won't. I'll split them up. So for example, on like Meltdown sometimes now, depending on where the enemy's spawning and etc. But anyway, yeah, so today I want to talk about kind of shifting your playstyle and doing this in order to reach maximum potential in any particular situation, any particular game. And you see in this game, like I'm a pretty aggressive player. I use a lot of SMGs, I rush the spawns a lot, but in this game I'm playing relatively passive. You know, I'm in the enemy spawn right now pretty much alone, so I guess you could say it's semi-aggressive, but for the majority of this game I am playing relaxed. I'm waiting for the enemies to come to me, and that's because, you know, you saw at the beginning they were just rushing the B flag like it's their job. And it really kind of was their job because they needed the B flag to win. I mean, they weren't getting paid. I don't even think they got paid minimum wage for it, so I don't know how much of a job it actually was. Don't you hate when your Swarm steals your kills? Damn. That is the worst. I'm like, no, Swarm, I know you gave me the kill, but I want 100 points, not 15 points. But yeah, so they were just coming to me over at the B flag, and you know, I was taking advantage of that. Obviously, I knew they were going to keep coming because they've been doing that, and they needed the B flag, and these guys kind of knew that they needed the B flag, obviously, because they kept rushing it. And you know, it kind of created the perfect storm where I was able to keep picking them off. And you see over here, even though I'm in their spawn in the A flag, I'm still being relatively defensive. I'm just sitting behind this object, picking people off one at a time, taking my time. This is something that I realized I usually do very poorly. Not usually, but that I tend to do sometimes very poorly, and it ends up costing me a lot of possible big games. So I noticed that when I'm in the enemy spawn, there's a bunch of people approaching me, I feel the need to like try to do some wicked maneuvers and acrobatics and jump all over, and I'm like, oh, I'm so scared. But believe it or not, a lot of times if you're playing not so good enemies, like you just chill behind a piece of cover, not that they won't see you because you're not invisible, obviously, but let's just say they're not so quick to react if you're in a relatively defensive position. You know, they usually take their time a little bit to line up, and you know, I don't really like to assume that the enemy player is going to be bad, but I'm just saying, for me at least, I find that making, you know, aggressive and stupid decisions, that I'm just completely jumpy and really antsy, and I make more mistakes that way than when I'm playing even more careful when I'm in, you know, surrounded or in the enemy spawn or something of that nature. So, you know, I hope you guys know what I'm saying. So in that case, you want to play more defensively. Now, when do you want to play more aggressively? Well, if the entire enemy team is, you know, first of all, if the spawn keeps flipping, obviously you kind of want to play aggressively, because if the spawn keeps flipping because your team is flipping the spawn, this usually means your team's doing pretty well and you're able to infiltrate the enemy spawn relatively easily. So, you know, in that case, you want to push the enemy spawn and try to keep them contained, and that's where the aggressiveness comes in. I mean, there are times you need to sit back to keep an enemy team contained, but if the spawns are flipping anyway, and not because of you, like if the spawns are flipping because of your team, then you could be aggressive and hopefully try to push the spawns back and try to get them in a position where the enemy is contained. Hope that makes sense. So anyway, guys, the video's wrapping up here. Finishes the game with 155 and 5 captures, 12 defense. Hope you enjoyed. Once again, subscribe to Logic Gaming if you aren't already. Check out my channel if you aren't already. Subscribe to me, and be sure to leave a like on the video. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you, all you Logic Gaming fans. Batchasm is out.